of Yud Zayin Amud Aleph. Top of Yud Zayin Amud Aleph. Rabbi say, grab a pencil, please, and because it's so kedai to have these small little additions and. If somebody moves away the schach from the walls, a lot of what we're going to see, Baruch Hashem, one of the geschmack of going through Masechta Sukkah is that the things keep repeating itself, and because we're so familiar with it, when it comes up, it's things that we understand right away. If somebody moves away the schach from the walls, 3 tefachim, so you have a gap of 3 tefachim of ear space between the schach and the walls. Psula, Yisukas Pasal. That's klar. Okay, so there's a period over there because now we go on to a different discussion here.
What's Pasal?
The Sukkah's Pasal. The Sukkah's Pasal because your schach is not connected to the walls. Because right, an ear space of 3 tefachim, you can't use lava to seal it up. You also can't use doif and akuma. Because Doif and Akuma doesn't help for ear space. Everybody say that's klar, right? Doif and Akuma, which allows us to bend the wall. Doif and Akuma only allows us to bend the wall into the schach. No, only into the schach.
But you don't have schach, that's what's in schach, no?
No, Zavir.
No, it's just not considered schach.
Bend the wall. Doif and Akuma, Rabbi say Doif and Akuma is if these tissues were metal. So I can go up and I look at the wall, ki'ilu, that the wall is bending and the schach begins over here. But if there's nothing there, then the wall stops, it's over. And Lovad would seal it. But if it's 3 tefachim, then it's possible. Bias shenifches. If you have a house, shenifches, the roof caved in. Okay? The middle of the roof caved in. You write the middle of the roof caved in because we're not talking about the whole roof. The middle of the roof caved in. The middle of the roof caved in. Okay. Definitely. This is okay. So middle of the roof caved in, Rabbi Sai. 1 second. V'sikach hagabov. So then, Rabbi Sai, you put schach on top of that hole. V'sikach hagabov. You put schach on top of that hole. V'sikach hagabov. You put schach on top of the hole. Right? So now you have a hole in the picture, middle of the roof. It was a flood. So the middle of the roof opened up. So now what you did was you just laid a mat across that hole. Im yesh mina kaisel l'sikach arba amois. If now you have from the wall of the sukkah, right, to the kosher schach 4 amois pesula.
That means greater than 4, right?
Okay, period.
Greater than 4.
If you have 4 or more.
But if you don't have 4,
so yeah. So here, this is 1 second. Hold on. This is just a geschmacka. You can pass it around, Rabbi Fold. So you have Rabbi said the roof caved in, and the roof caved in, and what you did was you put schach over the hole. So if you have, yeah. It's very modern. Look, you see.
it's like we're buying their Stein's house. Nothing in there.
So if you have, this is taka for the.
I am.
If you have,
I think everyone knows what a roof looks like with 4 arms to the side. We got it.
All right. So Rabbi say the problem over here is that you can't say doif and akuma because it's 4 amis. Period. Now the second case, you can even write number 2. There's 3 cases in the Mishnah just to know where the cases are. Number 2, v'chein chotzer shehi mukefes achsadra. If you have a courtyard, shehi mukefes that surrounded achsadra. Achsadra is a overhang, which means
Now we need a picture.
So you have an overhang, an awning, right? An awning.
The Art Scroll said veranda, I think, years ago.
So put a period over there. Put a period over there. Right? Put a period over there. Rabbi say, 1 second. Rabbi say 1 second. So you have a house with an overhang, and also
the whole house.
No, basically you have a whole courtyard. If you look over here for Rabbi Say, these are all the houses around the courtyard, okay? They have houses around the courtyard. And then off every house you have an overhang. So picture, you have many doors, because many apartments open up to one courtyard. And then what you did was you just laid schach Now I want you to take notice for a second. Everybody say that what's kedai to take notice is that this overhang is also made out of wood. I'm pointing that out just so you see. Yehuda, listen for 1 second. The overhang is made out of wood. That's why this picture.
Why does that make a difference?
It'll be pertinent for the Gemara. 1 minute. So Rabbi Sai, you don't have to write it in. I just want to point it out. So you have over here. You have
a picture in the back.
Oh, Gavaldik. So you have this overhang, and then the next
And
case.
you're saying it's connected to the house.
Yeah, well, it's these extend from the house, and what you want to do is you just want to lay schach on the edges of this overhang. So the shaila is, we'll see, the Mishnah will say, just 1 second, and the next thing is sukkah gedela. These all three are very similar cases, which all have one tanai, one condition. Sukkah gedela. If you have a large sukkah, shehekifua, that you surrounded. That the sukkah itself is covered, all around, is covered all around. But davar, which the sukkah is covered, meaning that the sukkah has like a circle of schach. But davar with something she'ein mesachichin boy, with a type of schach that you cover your sukkah with. So now,
What's the shaila?
Im yesh tachtav. Tachtav really means if there is tachtav means a space, not a space. Im yesh tachtav arba amos. If there is a length, let's call it basically. Look at this picture for a second. The word tachtav can throw you off a little bit. We have a big sukkah. You have a big sukkah. In the middle you have schach. Im yesh tachtav really means if there's from the edge to the wall,
don't we know this already?
So then these are all, Im yesh tachtav, you can write tachtav is from the edge to the wall. All these things, Rabbi Yisai, have the same halacha. They come down to the bottom line. Im yesh tachtav means if from the edge, arba amos, if this extends 4 amos, you can say if this schach pasal extends 4 amos, psula.
This part needs to be minimum zayin, no zayin? The middle part where the schach is?
Yes, that's yes. In a chanami, saying very well. Saying gavaldik, yeah. Okay, fine.
On the holiday, we asked by the Itztava.
Yeah.
Why did we need that Mishnah?
Right.
The second one.
Right.
On the bottom. With all 4.
Right.
That you suggested
Yes.
on all sides. We see from here that.
Yes. Isn't that wasn't quoting our Mishnah? Wasn't that quoting our Mishnah?
It was the Itztava.
That was Itztava. I see that was Itztava.
Yeah.
Because we said another case there also.
No, that's what I'm saying. From
Right.
all 4 sides. We don't
Yeah.
need to learn it from
You're
there.
saying
We
very
learn
good.
from the
You're saying very good. You're saying gavaldik. I like what you're saying. You're saying this is it. This is all 4 sides. I
this is
pointed
all
that
four
out. I
sides.
pointed that out then.
Yeah.
Saying very good.
It says
Okay.
that also, no?
We don't. But it said that's why we needed that Mishnah.
But why do
which
you
is
need
all
that?
4
That we
sides.
needed for
didn't
that
need
special chiddush. But Rami's point, we see it over here, gavaldik. So mish tachta, Rabbi say means if you have 4 amos, this covers 4 amos, psula. So all Rabbi say, what's the 3 cases in the Mishnah? 3 cases in the Mishnah. First one, the first case is not relevant to what we're going to discuss in the Gemara. First case is if you have an ear space of 3. Rabbi say, listen to the difference though. Here's the difference. The ear space is 3 tfachim. Is that mamash katan? Because every amma is 6 tvachim.
Still possible.
The ear space 3 tvachim pasal. Then we have 3 cases. If the roof caves in and you have 4 amos pasal. If you have around the achsadra, around the overhang, 4 tvachim pasal. And the last case, a sukkah gedolah is pasal. Klar, Rabbi said it's klar. Yeah, straightforward. Says the Gemara. Kol hani lamali. The Gemara asks. Kol hani lamali. Why do I need all these cases?
The 3.
Yeah, why do I need all these 3 cases? Not the first. Kol hani lamali. Why do I need all 3 cases? Question mark. Right? Tzricha. The Gemara answers, it's needed. Now look at this. So geschmack. Diash meaning bias shinivches. Right?
If you only bring the case.
If I only bring the first case, right, of the house, the roof caved in.
In the middle.
So I would say, put a comma there. Diash meaning bias shinivches.
Oh, that's the second case.
That's
First
the
one.
first
time
of the
is the
3
first-
of the
yeah,
Doifin Akuma cases.
yeah.
If I'd say the case of bias shinivches, comma, mishum dahani, mechitzes labayis avidan. Because these walls are servicing the middle area, which is now the sukkah. Right? So you can write on the side. Which the first Taichi, mishum dahani mechitzes, the walls around labayis avidan, they're servicing the inside. Right? So therefore, maybe these walls so right on the side. So perhaps on these walls, I would say Daifin Akuma. Because Daifin Akuma means bend the wall. If the wall is meant to be for this area, I can bend it. You understand? If the wall is meant to service the inside. Rabbi said this wall is meant to service the house, so I can bend this wall on top. That I understand. So that's the first case. So you have the Rabbi saying, you read it like this. Mishum, here we go. Mishum dahani mechitzes, because these walls, labayis avidan, are servicing the inside, and you write on the side, and maybe only over there I would say Daifin Akuma. Because logically it makes sense. If the walls are servicing the inside, I could bend it inside.
You're saying here it's what's
In the house, here look, in the house, these walls are servicing the inside. So now that I make a sukkah, I can bend this wall. That's what Daifin Akuma does. It bends the wall. Because the wall, I can see the wall being bent inwards. It makes sense.
But you're saying that's the wall.
Yeah, that Daifin Akuma means when you see the wall being bent, you can bend it up to 4 hours. Now maybe if I only say this case, I'll say, you know why this works? Because the wall is bending inside. That's the area of services. You hear this everybody say?
Obviously, that's Daifin Akuma.
That's Daifin Akuma. You would understand Daifin Akuma Daifin Akuma can bend towards the area it's servicing.
So?
But a chatzir hamukefes achsadra, but a yard hamukefes achsadra that's surrounded with this overhang. The mechitzos. Everybody say, if you look here for 1 second, just look here for 1 second. The walls of this house, the walls over here, the walls are not servicing over here. They're servicing the houses. You hear this, Yudam? The walls over here.
Yeah, but you
Are the walls, one second, are these walls servicing, one second, are these walls servicing the courtyard, or they're there to be the wall of the house? So maybe I wouldn't say Daifin Akuma on the top.
But now
Daifin
you're using
Akuma
this
only
wall
works,
as the
they'll
top
bend the
wall.
wall towards the area that it's servicing. This wall, look, if I say this wall, let's say this is a postal, here's a kosher. So this wall, I could see bending over here inside. But now I want to say bend the house wall outside. Maybe it doesn't work. That's why I need to speak out that case also. Why do I need to say this case?
Because that case also that what? That it
That
doesn't
it
work.
works. That
Well,
Daifin
the case of
Akuma
the
would
Mishnah
work.
says that it doesn't work.
I know, but it doesn't work because 4 hours.
Right.
Right, exactly. So
That's what it
I know, because he's saying if he would have said that these
That's
are
what
good.
it says.
Right. So look at this. Yeah, look at this. But the courtyard that's surrounded with the overhang, the mechitza is that the walls lam lach sadra avidi. They're not designed for the overhang. Right? Kama. Right? And you go on the side. It's for the houses. It's for the houses. These walls are supposed to go to that house. So
Primary purpose.
That's for the people inside the house, not in the
Right.
middle.
It's like over under the bed.
But now they use this wall as
1 second.
So
What's
what's
it-
the
Just a
primary
second.
purpose?
Aim aloi. In aim aloi, maybe I cannot say Daifin Akuma. That's why, right? Shricha. Aim aloi, comma. Maybe aim aloi, put a comma. Maybe I don't say Daifin Akuma. Shricha. That's why I need to teach you the second case. That I would even say Daifin Akuma if it wasn't for Amos. Rabbi Yaakov, what were we asking Rabbi Yaakov?
What's the purpose of the overhang?
The purpose of the
In general,
overhang.
because the overhang is there all year.
Correct.
We're not going on the overhang though.
Right, but right.
So it's there. So the wall is there to protect the overhang.
It's
Overhang.
No,
right.
the wall is part of the house.
But
Right. Overhang is also.
he's saying that Yaakov is saying that this wall would seem to function both ways because at the end of the day it also is
It's a little bit the same way.
Yeah, it's like
I'm saying that now that you use
Kamala
this wall
He's
for
saying
the
it's-
What's his primary purpose?
yeah. So I would say I like what you're saying because at the end of the day it also extends to the overhang. So
Inside your house.
Outside,
Okay.
if I'm outside, why am I allowed to use my key?
so I think we're gonna have to say as Mo was saying that the bigger the purpose of the wall of a house is to service the house. And therefore, even though you could have an extension, this wall was designed to bend inward, to be servicing inside. Everybody, so look at this.
I'm allowed to make one of my walls.
Yeah.
Shricha, period.
Because you would think only the house.
Okay. Rabbi Sai, I told you before that this end has schach kosher, and this is why. Listen to for 1 minute. Let's get finished up 2-3 more lines. Viashmin and hani tarti. And if I were to tell you these two cases, which cases of the roof that caved in and the overhang, put a comma. Mishum, I would say only over there it's good. This chachan, schach kosher. Look at this, Rabbi Say. What do you mean the schacha? Schacha means that the edges, which we're not using, is really is good material. This is what I want you to try. Look, mishum the schachan, schach kosher. The outside area, if you look over here, Rabbi Say, the outside area of both of these, let's say it wasn't for amos, it's 3.5 amos, right? The outside area is really wood. It's really kosher schach. Right?
Why not if it's 3.5 hours?
Wait a second. If it's 3.5 amos,
The house of the bias is
no, the house of is wooden.
slacks.
Yeah, wooden slacks. So without getting into all the shilas of issues, technically on a deraisa level, this would really be good schach. Rashi points out what's the issue. What would you say? What's the issue? This tasav lemin asay.
You can move it.
It's tasav lemin asay. Exactly.
It's
Wait a second. So the Rabbi said, but this is what it is. This Rabbi said, you hear this? You hear this, Rabbi? That really in the first two cases, the edges, right, the area which we're not using, if it's less than 4 amos, is really schach kosher. Okay, there's an issue. You know what the issue is? Tasav lemin asay. What's tasav lemin asay means? That this wall wasn't built for the purpose of schach. It was put there for the purpose of living, and that's not good. Okay, so maybe over here is technically it's good material. I would say that's where you could bend the wall. Why could you bend the wall? Because the bending the wall, maybe the wall can bend with a kosher schach. But over here, Rabbi Yisrael, the last case, we said it's something which you can't use as schach. It's metal.
The wall can always bend.
No, but the shaila is it's good. The Mefarshim want
kosher or not.
The Mefarshim want to say that they point that out. So what's the chilek? They want to say that kosher schach doifan akuma is a heter in sukkah. So if it's a heter in sukkah, maybe it only works when we're discussing something which is technically good material. That's what you think.
Look at the makar. What's the makar of doifan akuma?
The maskon is really like you're saying, by the way. Is that this also works. But if I'd only said the first two cases, Rabbi Yisai, you hear this, Rabbi Yisai? If I only said these two cases, I would say these two cases you say Daifan Akuma. Because technically the edges is also schach kosher. Only, if not for Tasav Lemin Asay.
Isn't Tasav Lemin Asay a problem only when the whole schach is Tasav Lemin Asay? So you
Ta-
can switch off everything
Yeah,
there
so
once,
really,
so.
yeah, but that would, because that's a particular case how you manage to work it out. But technically you could have part of your sukkah that's Tasav Lemin Asay also. That's what we're happening over here. I mean, that's
That's
what
right.
happening.
You can't say Tassan Lemon and also, let's say just to finish something off, like in the middle of that, could I say like if I just because I moved that schach, I put it there, so now the whole wall becomes, now the whole ceiling becomes
You
chelek?
have to do every
Like a bar, if I did 9 feet and I did the 10th, it's mine. Like,
It's very good. This is a big discussion, and I'm serious. It's a very geschmack discussion. Do you have to lift up every part of your schach,
or one part.
or only one part of your schach? And this would be relevant to that because why would that be? Here I'm doing something to the roof. I'm doing something to the roof, and maybe why shouldn't this affect the whole roof? That's what we're asking. If I'm putting on schach kosher, so now I should make the whole roof kosher. This is very relevant to that discussion.
He's a different man after he got married. Different man.
Hey, no Torah until you get married, right?
Yeah. Aval Sukkah, he's bringing up
That's
all.
gracious.
Aval
Good job, man.
Sukkah, Rabbi Say. Aval Sukkah, Gedela, you have it, Rabbi Say. V'yash min hani tarti. Let's do this. V'yash min hani tarti. If I would just say these two, mishum the sachon. Schach kosher. So right, Rabbi said because even the outer edges.
So who is not part of the schach kosher? Who?
What? Because the outer edges is technically kosher schach, right?
Yeah.
It's right. You have that down, Rabbi saying because you read this without any note, it doesn't make sense. Because schach is kosher. What does that mean? We're not talking about that because the outer edge is technically good material. You're right. It's good material. It's just not. It's just tasav lemin asay. Right, mishum d'schachan, because the outer schach, you write the outer schach. Mishum d'schachan is the outer schach. I'm just gonna write that in. I didn't write that word on myself. Mishum d'schachan is the outer schach, right? The outer schach kosher is technically schach kosher, if not for doifan akuma. Who it is? Kama, aval sukkah gedolah, but a large sukkah shekifua b'dover she'im esachin boy. That you covered the edge, the sides, you covered the sides with something that's not good schach. Right, the schach, because the outside schach puzzle. The outside schach is schach puzzle. It's metal. So it's right. It's schach puzzle. Emaloi, maybe emaloi. Right? Maybe I don't say doifan akuma. So emaloi, maybe I wouldn't say doifan akuma on the last case. Tzricha, that's why the Mishnah had to write it. Ema loy.
No?
What? Eino ema loy. Maybe it shouldn't be good. I don't say daifen akuma. If I don't say the last case of Yudah, ema loy. Maybe I shouldn't ema loy. And therefore, tzricha, you say gampo. You say daifen akuma. You
So the
Yehuda.
last is a good day for Ekuma.
No, you can't do it because it's 4 hours.
4, but if it was
But
3 inches.
then I will know that you could. Why do I have to tell me that why do I have to speak this case? Because I want to tell you that even if the schach is metal, but if it was less than 4, I would say David Akuma. The only bayah is that it's 4. But if it's less than 4, no problem. And I wouldn't know that. Okay, Rabbi say let's chazer. Let's try if we could get 9:20, 10.